Hey guys, BrickWizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm super excited to bring you an awesome new LEGO custom build review. And this is my Geonosis Battle Droid Factory. Now in the past, about 2 years ago, I did end up making a droid factory on Geonosis MOC, which I did end up tearing down. And again, the Geonosis droid factory, that's just a pretty cool scene, and I really wanted to kind of remake that. And I mean, since then I've again learned a lot more new techniques and kind of new features, so therefore I ended up rebuilding it in a bit of a new way, and this is my newer version of the LEGO Droid Factory on Geonosis. So basically this is on a 48 by 48 gray base plate. It features two sections. You have the lower level here, then the upper level, and then you got like the wall in the back with the mountain, the rocky terrain of Geonosis. So in terms of inspiration, this is a MOC that is based, or it is based somewhat off of episode 2 Attack of the Clones, as well as the Geonosis arc in season 2 of the Clone Wars. As you can kind of see features of both implemented in this build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and take a look. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the lower section. This is kind of the end of the factory. So once all the droids have been made, they're already placed on their platforms. This is where they would go to be shipped out to the battlefield. So you can see this is a conveyor belt, which kind of ends over here, but it starts in another section. And basically what we have is it basically transports platforms of droids and materials. So each of these are 4 by 8 plates with 8 battle droids, and you can see this is the end of the conveyor belt. So the Geonosians, as soon as it gets to the end, the Geonosians pick it up and move the platforms onto the main carrier, which will be taken then by a droid transport. So basically it's pretty straightforward. This this section here, this was actually made using, this conveyor belt was made using just plates and tiles, as the main one here was actually made using the snot technique with bricks on their side. I did not have the bricks, so I had to just simplify this one and make it in kind of just the plate format. But you can kind of see we have some nice detailing with some of the hoses, and again you can see some lights where the end of the platform are. And then for kind of the main section, I got a nice design where I used the 1 by 3 slopes and just 1 by 4 bricks to kind of give it a really nice look, make it quite clean, and I wanted to kind of use colors of Geonosis, so that's what I did. And again, I think that looks really nice. Now we're going to go ahead and move up to the very top section. Now, this one's actually really cool, so I'll zoom in just a bit. But basically we have the upper section. This is kind of where the main battle droids are created. Let's start off just with this section here. So we have these modified plates here with kind of the grills in them, and on top of them we have again a couple of Geonosians, as well as 3 main arms. So we have this arm in the corner. This is what ends up making the battle droid bodies, putting the bodies onto the zoom out here. But this is what ends up putting the bodies onto the legs, and then we have the rack of bodies which are to be placed. The center arm is what puts the hands, the droid hands, which you can see are over here, and they are placed onto the bodies. And then the final arm here, this is what takes the heads and puts the heads on to the bodies as well. And on the other side you have your second arm right there, which puts the other arm on the droid. And again, some nice detailing. You can kind of just see some nice pipe detailing. I got orange light on all 4 of the arms here, and basically what they're meant for are kind of like their activation switches to show that they're on. And again, just really nice little details throughout, and I really like that. And actually, one of my favorite parts about this build, as we'll move in here, is the fact that there is actually like detailing below the grill pieces. So you can see we got like plates, hoses, so it's actually really cool. I ended up adding this in my last mock as well, but it's just kind of extra step of detail. So we got various different like hoses and rods and all sorts of pieces. And then again, there's just a better look at each of the arms. And then in the corner, sorry about that, but in the corner we just have a small control panel. Alright, and here we have a look at just kind of the center main conveyor belt. So you can see it's actually snot technique, where I took the bricks and just placed them on their side like this, and that's kind of what this whole section is. So that's actually really cool, a bit of a nice technique, and I used a lot of slopes on both sides, these 2x2 cheese slopes or 1x2 cheese slopes. And before we get to the conveyor, the droids in the air on these conveyor belts, we'll just quickly take a look at the mountain in the back. So various different just slopes all throughout. And again, I wanted to have a rocky Geonosis terrain. And if you've seen the Geonosis, just like in general, they have these very nice archways in their doors, and they're like kind of pointed arches at the top. So that's what I did here, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. Again, that was actually inspired by, I believe, CM4Si's Geonosis Arena mock. He had that type of archway in his, so I ended up looking at that. And then you could kind of see we got slopes, and then in the middle we got some nice detailing. So there's a look at that, and sadly there's nothing behind it. It's just a couple of plates, but there's sadly no interior. I do plan to make an interior in the future. Alright, and then finally we have your two main battle droid sections here. And this is kind of inspired by the Clone Wars episodes, where you see the droids kind of being transported along these kind of like rails. And this one is for the super battle droids. You can see it's kind of coming in through there. And this was actually a pretty interesting, the super battle droids, just because of the fact that you can't really connect them. So that was a very interesting one to make. And again, it's pretty cool. And it does have the flex hoses. That's why it has the curved design. Then second, we have probably my favorite part. This is just the regular battle droid section. And this is also a very interesting design. There was a great user on Flickr who I saw this type of design from. I'll put that link in the description below. But again, you can see all the battle droids being transported. And again, I think that looks really good. Various different details. And it's connected using a pole. And then finally, in the very back, you can see Count Dooku there with the Poggle and a tactical droid, as well as a couple more Geonosians. So there is a look at the build. Alright, so there's a look at my LEGO Star Wars droid factory on Geonosis. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be great, and stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. So, this is BrickWizard59, and I'll see you all next time.